So, hello, welcome to the Superfood Social Weekly Thursday Zoom, Training Thursdays. So happy to be here. My name is Rachel Balansat, for anyone who's new, and I am a 2-star crown with Purium. It's fun to be able to say that now. It's always fun to rank, right? And I'm just so delighted to see all your faces. And I've just seen such an incredible surge this last month, people putting so much effort in. I've been seeing people rank. We've got tons of new consultants, directors. We have new diamonds, new executives. They're just like popping up. We've got so many people in the fast start. If you've reached a fast start rank, just share, just in general, like in your lifetime with Purium, like what ranks have you achieved fast start? Go ahead and just like type it into the chat. Let's just see who has achieved a fast start rank. You can start with this month. If you've achieved one this month, you could say, this month I achieved fast start, whatever. Go ahead and humble brag yourself.
So I just want to jump in and say I'm brand new, so all of these terms have been pretty confusing to me. So that's kind of why I wanted to join today, because there are a lot of different acronyms like BV, UV, AE, rank, fast start, all these things. And I'm like, what? So I don't know when there would be a good time or if this is the right medium for that, but I have, and the person who I've been working with, I am going to follow up with her later, but since this training is happening, I wasn't sure if this would be a good time to ask them some of those questions.
Those questions will be answered in your onboarding call with your upline.
Okay.
And sometimes we address those things on these Zooms, but these Thursday Zooms are training Zooms with specific topics. And today's topic is determination. We are at the end of the month. And so today we are focusing on how people can reach end of the month goals. We're going to focus on how people can really like tap into the confidence and even social media tips to give you like a real push for this end of the month. So we are going to get into that. You're going to hear from some really incredible people today. A lot of people who are hitting Fast Start Executive and so on. So I wanted to start with actually just doing a little announcement. People have been asking, and so I just wanted to share a little bit about company policy. And I wanted to talk, just like give myself like a little 5 to 10 minutes to kind of talk about an experience I've had. And so, you know, with network marketing, there's policy. Every network marketing company has a policy around cross recruiting. And what that means is that has to do with like if we are recruiting somebody from another team. So we are, just so you understand policy, and you can find this in iLearn. I just want everyone to understand that we cannot, if we have another company that we also represent, we cannot enroll people from Purium into that company. We cannot enroll people from our side teams or upline or anything like that. Okay, technically you could enroll just the person next who you've enrolled to Purium, but that's it. And so I just wanted to clarify that because people have been asking me. And so, you know, we've got a good thing going here. And I was going to share that I have been headhunted. I have literally had top leaders from other companies prospect me, literally sending me thousands of dollars of packages because they know I'm a leader and they know that, oh, well, if I come, that woo, get all these people, right? Well, let me just tell you something. The only thing I've ever done was try to learn from how they're prospecting me. The only thing I've ever done is said, well, let me just examine what they're doing here, because if there's anything I can learn, I can bring it back to Purium. Because I got to tell you, I have been part of many multi-level marketing companies, and this is the first one that has had the most integrity that I can trace all the way back to the darn farms. I've never found a company that is plastic free, and we're almost plastic free. I've never found a company that is organic, that also uses composting, that also uses, that also tests the water. And I've never been in a company where the founders actually were the people who lobbied and got us the USDA organic food label. Now, when I say they got us the USDA organic food label, I've had people say, oh, so your products are USDA organic? I'm like, no, you're not understanding what I'm saying. You're not picking up what I'm laying down. Hold on, am I recording? Okay, I'm recording. It's got to make sure we're getting this. I'm like, you're not picking up what I'm laying down. I'm telling you the whole United States. I'm not saying they got our company the USDA organic label. I'm saying the whole United States has the USDA organic food label because these people lobbied. So this is something you can be proud of. This tells you that where their heart is. They did not start a company based on profit, like, hey, how much money can we make? And we got to start, they were a grassroots organization that started from the ground up. And I am completely married to Purium. I am completely dedicated to the mission and vision of this company. There is nothing that anybody else can ever do to pull me away from it, because I have 1,000% belief in what we're doing here. We are helping people. As a health practitioner, I have seen many, many people recover. And there's no way. And now we've got all these incredible fast start initiatives that allow people to make money really quick in this company. It's amazing. And you're going to hear from a team that's moving really quickly through the pay plan. It's been duplicating. The fast start has been duplicating. Fast start, for those of you who are brand new, and thank you for Destiny for that question. Fast start is when you get to consultant in your first 10 days, there's a $100 bonus. So if you basically enroll 3 people in your first 10 days, you get that, you got your products plus those 3 people's products, you got 1,000 points, you get $100 plus commissions. That pays for your product. That's pretty awesome. A lot of people are getting to Fast Start Director in their first couple weeks. That's another $400 bonus. Some people are getting to Fast Start Executive in their first month, which is a $1,000 bonus. A lot of people are getting to Executive in their second month, and then getting to Diamond in their third month. So this is actually a possibility. And once you do the UBT, which is enrolling 3 people in 1 week with Smart Orders, that gives you an additional 500 points, which means you're basically getting, if you do the UBT, which means the ultimate business transformation, if you enroll 3 people in 1 week with Smart Orders, all of them having Smart Orders, and you have a Smart Order too, you get an additional 500 points, which means you're getting 1,140 points. So you do that times 4, do that for every week, plus that 10, when you enroll 10, you get an additional 1,000 points. Now you're at Executive, that's 6,000 points. You're like at Executive by doing that. So that's the map for Executive. I wasn't planning to go into there, but here I went there. So anyway, I digress. This is an incredible, incredible company. You're on the fastest growing team in the company. We are mentored by the top earner in the company. Sarah Rhinelander is my direct mentor, and she is in Uruguay right now on vacation after having her 4th baby. She built this company while with children. Yes, lots of babies. So it can be done. All right. So I would love to invite some inspiration, some inspiring people on our team. And these are people who are running for end of the month goals, who've achieved incredible goals and are running for end of the month goals. And one of the people who came to me, I wanted to say, like, also, let me preface it for a moment with where I was. I had reached a lull in my business. Sometimes we have moments where we get stuck. Either you're brand new or you're stuck, right? And we're all in the same place. If we're brand new or we're stuck, we're all in the same place. We're kind of at zero. We're starting at some sort of zero, even if it's like I've leveled out for a while, I haven't been moving. So my business wasn't moving for a while. Why? Because I got comfortable and I stopped putting my heart into it. And then I just made a decision one day. I said, I'm going to start a whole new organization. I'm going to get the UBT and I'm going to pretend all these people I've enrolled have never enrolled, and I'm starting at 0 points. And I'm going to go for the executive bonus, pretending that there was a bonus for me for executive, even though I've already hit it, right? I'm just saying I'm going to start a whole new organization from 0. Today's day 1. And I did every single thing that you were supposed to do as a brand new brand partner. I went live every day for the first 10 days. I hit the UBT and I was like, okay, this is doable. Like, I didn't believe it before. And then once I did it, it was doable. And I said, I'm going to start a whole new team where everyone duplicates this. And I'm just going to start a whole new team. I'm going to attract this new team to me. I don't know where they are, but I made a decision, just like I made a decision that I was going to change my health. Those of you know who my health story, I was sick for 9 years, made a decision I was going to change my health. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, made a decision to change my health, and Purium showed up in my life. And at that same time, I also made a decision to change my wealth, and Purium showed up at that same time. So I made those 2 decisions. And then joined the pay plan, started ranking, all that stuff. So anyway, I hit the lull and I decided to start over. So if anyone is at a place where you're like relaunching your business, just type relaunching. Let me see in the chat if you're someone who's like, I'm ready to relaunch my business. And I'm really relaunching at the end of this month. And I'm going to hit the end of this month running. And I'm going to create momentum these last 2 days of the month so that next month I am winning the whole month. These last 2 days of the month, today and tomorrow, you have a powerful opportunity to start your May 1st with a bang. That's what this is about. Whatever we do today, you are going to be surprised at what it's going to do for you on May 1st. This is how you start a strong month, is by ending a month really strong. Whoever you have, no matter if you've reached your rank or not, if you can just enroll a few more people between today and tomorrow, those people are going to transform sooner and they're going to become business partners sooner. If you wait and you sandbag them and say, hey, we'll enroll you on May 1st and try to wait, then you're pushing them out. You really are. You're pushing them to the side. You're not giving them the chance to transform quickly. You're not valuing their health, that they can actually transform their lives quickly. And you're also not giving them a chance to transform quickly enough so they can actually start the month earlier as a brand partner once their transformation ends, or once they're midway through their transformation and they become ready to do this business, then they're going to start the business sooner next month, which is going to help you and going to help them rank. So that said, now I'm ready to introduce the next person. And this is my dear friend, Jilly. So I made a decision that I was going to transform my business, and I attracted in a new team with the UBT and happened to end up with Jilly on my team. And Jilly this is her 4th month. She's running for Blue Diamond. She hit executive her 1st month, diamond her 2nd month, green diamond her 3rd month. This is her 4th month. And she is now inches away. She just has like one executive. She's going to have the point. She's just waiting for one executive to get another 1,500 points, I think, between today and tomorrow. And so that's what's happening. And that's her plan. So I wanted to invite Jilly just to talk about like action steps, like, how you're supporting your team. You have how many new executives? I think you have a new diamond. There's like 2 new executives on your team, 3 new executives on your team. I've lost count, Jilly. So why don't you tell us like what's happening on your team? Give us a little clue.
Hey, everybody. Well, it does start from the top, and it does start from duplicating. And Rachel has been really hammering that in me, that it's all about duplication. And I think the more we duplicate, because the systems are there, then your team will duplicate the same. And Tala did a call too, that he said, and I've really taken this into my own business, is I say, okay, if I do that, so if that person didn't get a connect call and then they became a brand partner, are they going to think it's weird to have a connect call? Like, everything I do right now is will they do that? Because they didn't get a connect call. So then if they don't get a connect call, then if they decide to do the business, then they're not going to do connect calls for their people. And same with a vision call. We do vision calls on our team when a brand partner jumps in. If that brand new brand partner didn't get in a vision call, well, then if she signs somebody, well, then she's not even going to think to have a vision call because it's not in her repertoire. So everything I'm doing right now is so that it's all about duplication. And this team is on fire because we try to duplicate. And we also, as a result, people are seeing what is possible. So, you hit a rank. Well, yeah, you can do that too, because you're going to, that's what we do in this team. We're going to do this. And we're like, yeah, we're going to do this. It's possible. So my team, I just owe them everything. I mean, we all believe in this product so much. It starts with a belief, like Rachel was saying, with what you're actually doing and what you're actually giving to people. And I think we just are all trying to come from a place of service and helping others. We take the whole process seriously. And as a result, when you emulate that vibe out there and you believe in what you do, then all of a sudden people become attracted to what you're doing. You're showing up, you're standing in your posture, you're saying, yes, this is the best product out there. And then Emily will share her story, but I mean, Emily, I saw this for Emily. She didn't see this for herself. Emily just hit diamond this month. She said to me, like, I'm not even, like, Emily, somebody said, is this network marketing? And Emily said, oh, I don't know, what's network marketing? She's like, I just had a really great experience. I don't even know what you're talking about. Jill, what's network marketing? I was like, yeah, no, this is actually social selling, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. But again, it doesn't matter which platform it is. It's if you believe in it and what you're putting out there and what you're attracting in. So with my team, I truly believe that we have the belief, we follow the duplication, and we are bringing people to us who want to make changes in their life, whether it's through their health or their wealth. So yeah, awesome
Beautiful.
team. I'm so grateful for everybody. I just love you all so much.
Thank you so much. I really love, I love what you said about, if whatever I'm going to do, they're going to do. Am I going to do this? So if you're not seeing connect calls in your team, did you do a connect call for them? And how do you do a connect call for them so they start duplicating that into their team? I know I've talked about this before, but someone in our upline was stuck at executive for literally a year. And then they realized that because they thought, oh, I can just enroll all these people by myself. They didn't understand that the purpose of connect calls was to connect people to a community, because community is what is the glue that makes people way more likely to, one, stay a lifetime customer, and two, do the business. It plants the seed so that if they don't do the business now, they'll do the business more likely to do the business later. So that connect call upon entry isn't about whether you're good enough to enroll someone. It's not about whether you have the skills to sell somebody a product. It's not about your skills. It's about connecting them into community so they feel the third first person vibe, the power of three, and also so that you get trained. And so you learn how to have the conversation that turns them eventually into a brand partner, if not now, later. So thank you for really expressing that, Julie. And you've duplicated that well to your team. So Emily is, gosh, do you want to introduce Emily? She's such a love, and you've known her for a long time. So you had her on your list.
I would love to introduce Emily. She's going to take a deep breath right now because she is not a fan of public speaking, but guess what? That's what this is all about. It's all about hitting a growth edge, like feeling that wall and going, oh, do I have to go through it? Do I have to open the door? Like, is it locked? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Well, Emily did that with a live. She'll share this, and I watched her blossom, and I'm excited to watch you blossom right now, Emily, because I know this is a big thing for you. And I love you. You're going to do great. And Emily's just such a rock star. And you want to talk about attracting people in? She's the one. She's doing this all from her heart. So take it away, Emily. Love ya.
Thanks, Jilly. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, this is a big deal for me. I'm terrified right now. But I'm working through it because that's what we do. Right, Jill? Yeah, so Jill really gave me a bit of a nudge to go ahead and become brand partner. I was not interested in going live. I was not, somebody that went on social media more than a couple times a year. And she gave me that nudge that I needed to kind of break through and make me say, like, what do I have to lose here? Really nothing. I can, go through this internal barrier that I've built up, and I'm not even sure where it comes from, but it's definitely there. My heart's pounding right now. But I could, work towards bringing this wall down and see what's on the other side. And what's on the other side is pretty amazing and liberating, and yeah, it brings me a lot of joy, which I'll feel after this is over. So but my approach to this whole business so far, I think originally sort of stems from my career right now. I'm a registered massage therapist in Canada. And a big part of my practice is working with women who have post-mastectomy scar tissue. And something that you need when in any massage treatment is consent to treat somebody. And when you're going to touch somebody's chest, you need extra consent for that. And so, you get written consent before the treatment. And for myself, I get verbal consent throughout the whole treatment. Because this is a highly emotional area for people. It's very sensitive. There's a lot of pain and trauma behind it. And so when you touch that all comes up to the surface. And so, needing that consent is extremely important. And so I feel like I've taken that part of my practice from my clinic and I apply it in my daily life, but I've really applied it to Purium and how I approach people and, see where they're at before you just start telling your story and sharing, see where they're at in their life, check in with them. I've had people get in touch with me that I haven't talked to for 20 years. And, I just want to, got things coming up on my screen. You just want to check in and see where they're at and what's been going on in their life and what's inspiring them to be, commenting on my live. And so getting that feedback, first of all, it gets the conversation going and then gets you to a point where, Rachel always said we're farmers, we're not hunters. So we're sort of getting to that point of the conversation to where we're going to plant that seed and then see what happens. If it doesn't resonate right away, I've had people in my funnel for a few months and I haven't been in the company for a couple of months, we'll say. And I'm just getting feedback now, a couple months later, that, okay, they're ready for more information. And so it's sort of like, in your garden, you water that seed, you check in on it, the sun comes out, you check in on it again, and you just keep that conversation going. And so I've had a few people from like my first week of being BP, and I just signed them this week because they were not ready then. And then whatever happened, finances, or, they've sort of watched me. What else does Rachel say? We need 5 to 7 or 8. What's the word am I looking for?
Exposures.
We need to see some exposures. Thanks. Before they're going to kind of have that resonate for them and feel ready. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Thank you for sharing that. I mean, I think that you're really a master at inquiry. And I wanted to kind of give people an acronym for anybody who's new. It's actually just 4 I's. I. And so I usually talk about the 3 I's to keep it simple. We inspire, we inform, we invite, right? But Emily's kind of sharing with us the hidden I, which is inquire, right? So inquiring, like when she talks about she's checking in with people and meeting them where they're at, that's another word. We call that pacing with people. Pace, lead, empower. We call it pacing. So she's really pacing. You're really pacing with people, checking in with them, continuing the conversation, find ways to check back with them. And then, so there are some people who are going to be low hanging fruit. They're going to jump in right now, right there after 1 or 2 exposures. But the majority of people are going to need 5 to 7 exposures. That's why we keep going live. We do 3 interviews a week, 3 interviews with 3 people from our team, 3 times a week.
Yeah, Manny.
All
right.
It's okay. And, we just basically, so this pacing, right? And then we inspire them with stories. So that's what the interviews are. When we're interviewing people from the team, like this is a really great way. If you have not done that this week and you're running for rank, interview someone today. Just send a message to somebody you see on the screen and to say, can I interview you? Interview people and find out their stories. And then that is going to inspire their audience. All right. So that's another really powerful kind of end of month action step. Another thing you can do is to get some traction. This works really well. Julie's whole team has totally duplicated this one. Change your profile picture, but don't just change your picture. Have your before and after story and copy and paste that into the caption, okay? Because when you upload your picture to your profile picture, it might not always let you immediately do a caption. You have to edit and then add a caption later. So have a powerful opening statement, a powerful, impactful opening statement that's going to get people to read the rest of your story. Because what happens when you're on social media and you are, looking at someone new who just added you as a friend, and you go and look at their page that's on Facebook, you go and look at their page, you're like, wow, who is this person? What's the first thing you do to find out about them? You look at their profile picture, right? And that might take you to stories, you get through the stories, but I always go, after I get through the stories, I go back to the profile picture and I try to look at all their profile pictures and see what they're writing about, what's important to them. I want to see pictures of them. Who is this person who just added me? So when you change your profile picture, it's one of the most powerful things you can do to get the most attention. I almost never see Robin's posts, but she did this yesterday and I immediately saw her post. It was just like in my newsfeed. First thing, I'm like, Robin, she just like changed her profile picture. Holy cow, like duplicating, yay. And there was interest. People are interested. What are you doing? Hey. And she had a powerful, impactful opening statement. She said, I thought I was cool. That was like, oh, what? Oh my gosh, like I can relate to that. What does she mean? So yeah. And so, I was going to ask Robin if you wouldn't mind sharing for a moment, but cool. Okay. Thank you. So Robin is just hit executive and she is running for Diamond. She hit executive this month and she is like, that is not stopping me. She's like, I'm still going for Diamond. And she's in massive action to get to Diamond this month. Is this your second month, Robin?
Like 1.5 months. I signed up kind of middle March.
Okay, cool. So can you share a little bit about how you got to executive so fast and in your second month, and then, like your trajectory, like what have you done to like do this massive action to get to Diamond this month?
Yeah, so I'm on Jillian and Emily's team, and I'm a healthcare practitioner up here in Vancouver, BC. I'm a naturopathic doctor. So I am definitely acknowledging my what's the word? Like people put a lot of trust in my opinion because of my background and because I've done 12 years of education in the healthcare field. So I get easy buy-in, I guess, from people because they're just like, oh, if you like it and if you've done the research, then it's good to go. But so I think that's part of it, but also just what's really excited me was the opportunity to really reconnect with people and to share my experience. And I think because, as we all know, when we can share our own story, it's going to inspire everybody else. So yeah, executive came pretty fast, and I think it was the second week of April, and I was like, oh, cool, this is good. And then Rachel and Jillian kept saying, like, I think at the end of March, they kept saying, run past the finish line. I'm like, should I do it? Should I not? And I kind of waffled for maybe an evening. And then I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. So now I'm like so close to Diamond, and it's this final little push. And it's a little stressful, I gotta admit. But yeah, it's super inspiring at the same time. And it's been really fun to connect with people. I'm reaching out and connecting with people that I went to high school with, like, and haven't talked to in 22 years. And the people that have inspired are like reaching out and saying what a difference it's made. So that's really keeping me motivated. And it's been great to be able to like reach to my upline and be like, okay, I'm feeling really like uninspired today. What can I do, guys? And then they're always there to offer some little bit of cheerleading and that sort of stuff for me. It's been good.
Thank you so much. And so Robin is under Emily. And so they're working, this is, now you can see like this trickle of duplication, right? So like Jilly to Emily to Robin, you're seeing like this fire happening. And just like the belief in telling her you can do it. And then, so when someone believes that they can do it, they start doing it because they're like, otherwise they're not going to try if they don't believe they can, right? But if you believe you can, you start trying. It's like the mindset thing is amazing. Yeah. And now because of that, you're actually supporting Emily to get towards Green Diamond. So, it's like, so when we're working, we're also helping. What's so interesting is some people drop me a comment. Are you more motivated to get yourself to a goal, or are you more motivated to get other people to a goal? Like some people are way more motivated by trying to get someone else to a goal and they don't really work as hard for themselves. And so what's really amazing is if you have somebody running for you or you're trying to help somebody else to a goal, who does it help? It helps yourself, right? So if you're like running for a team, like you're actually also putting money in your own pocket. You're actually helping yourself and your family. So it's interesting what motivates people. So thank you for doing that. And let's see, I also wanted to invite Jane on, but before I go to Jane, who's amazing, another brand partner under Jilly, under Connie, who ranked executive last month, who's running for Diamond this month. And Jane hit executive, and now she's running to help her upline get to Diamond. So we've got this another runner, another duplicated runner. But I wanted to go back to the Inquire. Okay, so we talked about Inquire, we talked about Inspire with Stories. All right. And then after we inspire people with stories, whether it's a live or we add them to maybe you have a group where people have testimonials, or everyone here, in case you don't know, on Instagram, I created hashtag Core4 launch. That's where we post our before and after pictures and our before and after stories. So make sure you hashtag all your before and after stories. This is another powerful thing you can do for an end of the month push, is literally post your before and after pictures. Do it knowing you can always take it down, okay? So you don't feel so scared that you won't do it. Just know that your before and after story is like, that's the inspiration, all right? So step 2 is inspire people with stories. If you share your before and after story on social media, that is literally gold. I remember Tala saying, I think the last Zoom, how he was terrified. He's like, I don't want to put my before and after picture. I'm single. I was too. When I put my before and after picture story up, I was single. I was like, heck no, I'm not gonna put my before and after picture up. Okay, fine. If this will like get me to my goal and help other people, then I will do it. So if you're motivated to help other people, just know that putting your before and after story, literally Sarah shared her before and after story, and that's why we're all here. If Sarah hadn't shared her before and after story, all of y'all wouldn't have had this transformation, and all the people you've helped wouldn't have had transformations. I don't know, thousands and thousands of people would not have transformed. So just think about the ripple effect of you sharing your before and after story, what that can do for other people. If you're motivated for yourself, just think about ranking and how you're going to have money in your pockets so you can help your family or yourself or help your goals, or maybe you want to travel, or maybe you want to, do this and that, right? So we inform with stories. And then, we inspire with stories. And then step 3 is inform. So I always say stories inspire before inform, because people make decisions from their emotions, not from their intellect. I don't care how nerdy you are. You're not even going to be interested in the product unless you know what it can do for you. You're not even going to look at the ingredients unless you know, something inspires you about it. Whether it's the story of somebody's health or story of the vision of the company, you're not going to be even interested in what's in the products or the story, that information. So step 3 is inform. That's when I send out the superfood.social website, or you can send out links from the app. So inform with a link. And then step 4 is invite them to a call, which Jilly covered. Connect calls, the power of the connect call, connecting them to community, connecting them so that you can also get more training, right? And how to have all those uncomfortable, weird conversations. You don't have to have those conversations. Let your upline do that. Let your upline cover all that. Okay, so inspiration. So Jane has been in massive action as well. And she is one of the most heart-centered people I know on my team. She is just like all heart, totally is like running for Connie right now to get Connie to Diamond. You have like a heart of gold. And these are all people in Squamish, Canada, right? They're Canadians. And so just so you know, this is duplication happening where packs cost $482 or something, like $482. In America, we're used to $329 number. So these are people who are like double ranking, triple ranking with the higher ticket, right? With a higher cost, with the concept that this is still actually saving people money. But Jane, one of the things that inspires me about you is your life and your why. And I was just wondering if you had some tips that you wrote down, but I'd love for you just to share what's in your heart right now.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone on the team. It's really cool to look at this screen full, and I know so many faces, and it's lovely that it's just so personal. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm flattered to have received the message this morning saying, can you present on the Zoom? And I was very proud on the way to school that I said, hey, guess what? I got asked by one of my friends in the company to present today. And the kids have been in the background lately watching me on Zooms, doing healthy happy hours, doing the virtual things. And so they can see that it's really working. And last night I went and slid into my older son's bed to say goodnight to him. And I had just got off a Connect call where Connie literally signed up my friend and took care of her whole purchase, everything for her. It was so seamless. And I was so proud then Connie sent me a text saying, you just reached executive. And I went and slid into bed with my son, and I'm like, this is my why, and this is what you guys need. I said, you know, that bonus that I was trying really hard to get for us, I just got it. And I heard him swallow. I heard him take a big gulp, and he was like, that's really cool, Mum. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of kind of apologizing to them, but thanking them and saying, guys, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you are playing quietly, because I'm going to take a call, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing it for my kids. And the impact that Purium's had on my life is just insane. Starting with my own transformation, getting me out of being an exhausted mum, and you know, I got my mood lifted, my energy lifted. I lost a bit of weight. I feel great. I fit into clothes. I'm like, at first I was like, oh great, that'll save me money. I don't have to buy new clothes, bigger clothes. And then I got the notification of my first commission, and I was on the way from my friend's house, and she had just given me some shoes. She's like, oh, Solare's not going to need these yet. Her older daughter had just grown out of them. She's not going to need these yet. So here, give these to Libby. And when Libby's done with them, give them back. And I was like, okay. And that's how I've been rolling. And then I got notification that I had a commission, and I was like, we're going to get new shoes. And it was just the coolest thing. So I took my daughter to the store, and I didn't need to worry about how much they cost, because I knew they were less than the commission check that was coming to me. So I was like, you can have any shoes you like. And the cute thing is, spring break came along, and I got a one-on-one with my little boy, and he said, Mum, do I get new shoes today? And I was like, yeah, you do. You totally get new shoes today. It's crazy. Crazy. The difference that this company has made in my life. And I just love helping people. Like my company, the name of my company is Another Mother, because I just love mothering people. And I was in the business of sort of housekeeping and childcare and doing whatever it took to get back on my feet after my family fell apart a few years ago. And so I've been raising my kids on my own, and then gradually being able to share them and get help. And now I co-parent. And so I'm sort of coming to a point where I'm like, I need a purpose. And I got this from Jilly. She was like, I need a purpose. Like, what am I doing? We're so valuable, but we just don't know what to do, right? So then, yeah, that's where Purium's come along and given me a purpose. I can do it. I'm so coachable. I'm just like, just tell me what to do. And so that's where the duplication comes in. I'm allowed to duplicate. We're not copying. We're not like stealing or, it's just, we want to help as many people as possible. We want to help them with their health, with their wealth, and by duplicating, it's the best thing. And when a friend says, oh, can I steal that for mine? I'm like, no, just duplicate it. Don't steal it. Absolutely copy it. I'll send it to you, or I'll get Connie to send it to you. Duplication is absolutely the best thing, because then everybody knows it. It's like, you can't, there's no comparison. So I'm basically sitting here doing what I've been dreaming of doing, and I'm fulfilling my dreams around my house. I'm no longer exhausted. I've been to HomeSense, and I've bought new things for the kids, new comforters, mirrors, great artwork. I have to show you something. Hang on, here's one thing. I just hung it because I haven't had the time or the energy, but I bought this. And that is me. That's me. I'm going to do more of what makes me happy. And that is being here with you guys, and being here every Tuesday to absorb all the training and absorb all the tips, and then turn around and create brand partners and friends and customers and change lives one last thing that I want to share with you is that I have a friend who became a brand partner, and she was so ready to jump in, and I had her primed. I'm like, we're going to upgrade you, and then we're going to, you're going to have your first customer. We're going to have it all ready. You're going to do your 10 lives in 10 days. Then we'll find you a second person, no problem. And her first person flopped, and suddenly we were like, we have 9 days left and we have no customers. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? So we just dug deep, and we have worked really hard, and she got her 2 people. But then one night I realized it was her fast start window was expiring, and I thought it was the next day, but it was that night, and it was 10 o'clock. And I called her and said, how many have you done? Show me the emails. You've got confirmation emails of your wide and your reaches, like count them. How many do you have? And she's like, I have 6, and I'm in bed. I'm done. Good night. I'm done. And I was like, no, you can't be done. You got to get out of bed, get out of bed, get out of bed. So I just hung up, and I got on my phone, and I walked around my house, and I did lives. I'm like, hello, running shoes. We're going out soon. Hello, apothecary. And I was like, just doing all these little lives, hashtag PHP Live 2021. And I was hiding her handle, and I sent them all to her. Another Kleenex, please. She did it. She got out of bed and she did it. And she made it, and she got 2 fast start consultant because I told her she could. I was like, I believe you can do this. You can totally do this. It will take you 5 minutes. The videos are like 3 seconds each. It's less than 2 minutes to upload them. Do it. And then, because we're so close and good friends and connected and understand each other, she goes, I'm going to do one more just shits and giggles. And I was like, okay. And yeah, that was it. Then the points all came in, and I was going for executive, and I'm like, I think I can make it. I think I can make it. I can find it. And then I'm over. Like, I think I'm at 6,400 points. So now my next thing is Connie. And we'd been talking about this thing called sandbagging, where you just save the people in your funnel ready to pop them in for the first of the next month, which is bullshit. Don't do that. You need to help the people right away, right now, because they're going to be in your customer base next month. So they're still going to be there. Like, this whole first of the month thing, stop it. Focus on the end of the month and going so strong that you're not going to stop when you hit the finish tape. So I'm well over executive, and now we're working on Connie, and I'm like, Connie, I'll help you, you help me. We'll talk together. You do this part, I'll do this part. She's like, great. And we're like clockwork, we're doing it. And Connie's going to do it. She was thousands of points away from diamond the other day, and now she's just hundreds. So yeah, there you go.
Woo! Oh my gosh, who's crying? Thank you so much, Jane. We're not done with you yet, though, because you still got some golden nuggets. We got some nuggets in your sleeve, and we're going to talk about what your tips are. So yes, thank you for being so having grit. You've just like worked it through, and like good leadership, making sure that any of you are running for rank. If you have any team at all, make sure that they're not missing the widen your reach promo for themselves and for you. Tell them what points they have. You have this many UBT points, or you have this many points left. You can get this many more. Just do 2 more lives. You got today and tomorrow. You could do 3 more lives this week. And those lives aren't just for widen your reach promos, because what do lives translate into? Hello, orders. I've noticed that pretty consistently on my team that when people do a live, that somebody reaches, they end up with at least 1 strong lead that either signs up or will sign up eventually. I've noticed that pretty consistently throughout the team. If you haven't been doing consistent lives, if you're like, well, I did 1 live and nothing happened, we'll do another one, follow the steps. These steps are laid out for you because they work. So continue to do lives. So what do you have in your tips list? I know we were talking about healthy happy hours. Like, you guys tell us a little bit about what you did last weekend to really make sure that everyone hit fast start.
So we had an opportunity for a healthy happy hour come up, and we all got on it, and I just lay in bed on Sunday morning.
Virtually.
I just went through my Facebook Messenger and my Instagram, and I sent the same message, but I put a little personal message at the top like, hey, how are the girls? Hope you're good. Or, hey, good to see you at the grocery store the other day. Like, just everyone got something. And the minimum they got was their first name, like, hi, Michelle. So it was personalized. And I followed the training by Fraser, who did a Zoom for us a few weeks ago, where I asked for support. I didn't say, hey, I'm selling stuff, buy it. I said, hey, I've come across something that's really helping me and the kids fulfill our lives right now. And you've seen my posts and my personal health transformation, but I just want to let you know that I've also aligned with the company and I am sharing it. And I'm so happy to invite you to this Zoom. If you can't make it, let me know and I'll just send you the replay. And I got back probably 50% of the people. I think I sent out about 100 invites and I got about 50 messages back saying, so awesome to see you. Well wishes for your new venture. I can't be there, but send me the link. And some people, I don't expect them to come right away as customers, but I know one day they will. So no one's a no. And then before the Zoom even started, I had a list of about 20 people who wanted the replay. And so as soon as the replay was up, I sent that. And since I've sent that, I've signed up one ULT last night. So, and the rest just are, they're still there. So by having the virtual healthy happy hour was a door opener. It was a conversation starter that I could invite them. I have something to offer you. And would you like to support me in my new venture? Because I'm really proud. I finally have a purpose. I haven't had a purpose since the twins were born. And this is great. And I really want I want to know that I can count on you. And so it was a bit of a love letter with an invitation to a Zoom. And I believe it really worked. It was pretty powerful. And it's also opened a lot of, it's reconnected me to a lot of my friends as well. So just being in contact with as many people as possible. And the key thing is duplicating. Just get that one invite, that one message. So I had an invite and then I had a follow-up. Hey, here's the Zoom. It was fantastic. Here's the link. And then after that, it's what did you think of it a couple of days later? So yeah, if you guys haven't watched the YouTube stuff or the Zoom that he did for Purium by that guy Fraser, you have to. And you have to sit there and you have to copy down what he says. And when you're on Connect calls with your upline, copy down everything they're saying. Listen to them. Listen to how they bridge the conversations, and get all the phrases down, because every single call, every single customer you talk to can hear the exact same thing. You're the only one hearing it on repeat. So don't worry about trying to change it up for the next one, or let's do a different way this time. Do not ever do it a different way. Find a way that works and duplicate it. And that's what's going to get you to run through the tape in the ranks for sure.
Woohoo! We are system-based. The system works. You're a perfect example of that. So you reached out to about 100 people, you said.
Yeah.
You sent an invite to about 100 people. And so therefore you planted 100 seeds. Whether or not they came or watched isn't really the point. That is helpful. Only a certain number, a small percentage are going to come when you do 100 invites. So you need to do 100 if you want 10 to show up, right?
Yeah.
And then of those 100, many of them are going to start. You've now opened all these conversations with people. So that inviting is a great way to start conversations with new people, old people, new friends, old friends.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Whew. All right. What an amazing team. Thank you so much. And wow, it's like 10:02. We got 9 minutes. I'd love to, I just was looking in the chat. Someone was asking for examples of lives. Does anybody want to share examples of how they go live? You can just pop off mute and just share like examples of live. I of course, we recommend the interviews. You interview someone telling their story. You can also tell your story. You can also do a box opening, sharing about the products. I don't say Purium. I just kind of show the products. It's not a big deal. But anything else, or anybody else want to pitch in here?
I make shakes. I make shakes on my live, and I show people what I'm making, and I do the pouring and the whole thing, and I taste it. I'm like, oh my God, it's so good, so good. Yeah, and I also show supplements in my hand or whatever. Like, this is what I'm taking today, and it has this and this. Take this for that and that for this. Do lots of live interviews. I even just talk because because it's really just me I'm talking to. So I just get on there. I'm like, so this is what's going on for me today. And these were my pluses and my minuses. And just, I don't know, you get comfortable after a while and you just start talking to yourself. It's kind of cool. It's good therapy. It's really good therapy. I recommend it.
To get over your fear, you must do it. Just do it, and then your fear will start to dissipate. The more you do it, the more comfortable you will get. And these stories, by the way, are not just product stories. Like, you can share your business story. I mean, Jane's story that she just told, that was a business story. She talked about getting her kids shoes. She talked about just the inspiration of being part of a team and being part of this company, and just like the love that she's getting, the love that she's experiencing, and the confidence that's building. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people who have joined this, like, really just have their confidence raised. Julie, would you mind sharing a little bit about your experience with confidence and like just kind of what you were doing before you came to Purium and how this has sort of like boosted you?
I can. I think Carrie wants to say something too. Should we do?
Carrie. Yes.
I'd love to hear what Carrie has to say.
It was just something small about the lives. If you're nervous about going live, I have this trick. I think Jill knows what it is. She was like, you're so funny when I told her it. I take tape and I tape over where you see how many people are watching you. And then sometimes I take tape and even put it over the comments, because it's like, for me, as soon as I start focusing on how many people are watching me, or, you know, like I start reading the comments, I lose track. But I find that if I tape over it, it's just, I just kind of feel like I'm talking to myself. So that's just a tip. If you're nervous, that's what I do.
That's great.
That's
Thank you. Thanks, Carrie.
Carrie's such a natural too on lives. You should check her out. She's really amazing. Super. This is something that wasn't scary for her. So your question for me, Rachel, was how I've changed in my business.
Yeah, like what has this business done for you personally, on a personal level?
Well, I mean, so I couldn't go back to work. There's a childcare crisis in town. With the $1 per hour, what I was going to make, if I did figure out how to make it, I would have made $1 a day. I feel like I had a lot of potential with whatever I do. I try to excel at it. I just didn't know where to go at this point, because there's nothing out there. And then my health really spiraled, and I had this weight of finances on my shoulder, and that I wasn't contributing. And Purium has given my health back, and it has given me a purpose. I felt like, in my own words, just a mom. I was just a mom who had not been contributing to our family. My husband never made me feel that way. It was my own weight, and it was really heavy. I thought about it every day. Anybody who knew me heard my story. I should be contributing. Like, we should, and just to have this for me, and be able to grow and have a purpose to show up to every day. And also, I'm going to say, it's the community, reconnecting with people, that has really driven me, and feeding my soul. And then it's like this momentum that I can't stop now. It's literally given my life back.
It's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now back to the hands that are being held up. I just realized that Mary Beth and Angela had their hands raised, and they might have been responding to what I'd said before. Did you want to jump on, Mary Beth?
Yeah. Thank you for this call. It's been so inspiring, and everyone who's sharing your heart, it's just so inspiring. And also, my favorite thing to go live on is after an inspiring call. I go live and I'm like, wow, what really stood out to me and what is inspiring me most about my community that I'm working with. So I have a lot of ideas after this call, just with how much heart was shared, and how authentic you ladies all are, and how you're really pursuing your dreams and your passions. So just whatever you're inspired by, go live in the moment. It helps attract people into that inspiration.
Thank you. And one thing I'll say next to that too is that Ray Higdon is like master of, one of the industry leaders. And he says, you know, like when we go live, like when we're sharing on social media, no matter what it is, what it's doing is it's creating connection. We are naturally networking just by going live about anything, even if it's your dog. We get widen your reach promote points for things related to Purium, but going live about anything really is creating connection, and connection is where these relationships begin that eventually attract people to your business. So really go live about everything, anything. All right, Angela, did you want to go? I don't see you anymore, but I saw that your hand was up. And then Destiny. Okay, she may have dropped off. I'm not sure if she's still here. Destiny, did you want to say something?
Yeah, well, I just was wondering if you mentioned these really 4 helpful steps and I didn't get a chance to write them down, if maybe you could drop it in the chat or repeat it.
I will repeat it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Inquire, inspire, inform, invite. Inquire is just like starting the conversation with asking people questions, like Emily was doing. She's asking these questions to her friends and customers, asking them how they're doing, checking in with them, seeing where they're at in their lives and whether this conversation can maybe move to Purium. Inspire with stories. All the different ways you inspire with stories. You can use hashtag Core4 Launch. Some people use the Core4 Launch nutrition group on Facebook, and you know, you can do lives and share stories, your before and after stories, interviewing people, telling your business story, why you're inspired to be in this business, what you were doing before, what you love about now, what do you love about this community, what you love about the company, sharing your business passion. So that's inspire. We're in the business of inspiration. If anyone ever asks you what you do for a living, I inspire people. And then inform with a link, sending them information. You always want to inspire before you inform, because if you inform before you inspire, when somebody's inspired, they've already decided to get the product. They've already decided. When someone's inspired, they've made a decision, they're going to do it. And then they ask you for information. Well, what's next? Well, what is this? Well, how do I get it? Well, now they've decided. You want to wait till they're decided till you give them information. And then after inform, you invite them to a call. You invite them to meet someone from the team, invite them to meet a friend. And that's a whole other conversation, how to do connect calls and how to get people onto connect calls. But just really briefly, I'll say it the way we duplicate it. As I say, hey, you've got to hear my friend Jillie's story. It's incredible. She's just like, you know, just this, you know, amazing mom up in Canada. She's just, you know, such a light. And I just really want you to hear her story because she's transformed her life quite a bit. And I think it would really resonate with you. I think we just really you'd really just get to feel that. I was talking to her. And earlier, I know that she's available right now because I told her I was going to be on a call with you. She would love to meet you. Let me add her really quick. Okay. Right. So those are kind of generally how I'll get on person on a call. I do it spontaneously. One of the things a lot of us do is just spontaneous in the moment calls. And she can jump in and tell her story for 2 minutes, or she was my upline, she might go more deeply, and it might end up in a brand partner conversation. But I don't know. The Connect call is going to explore that.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Vanessa, and then Stephanie.
Hi, I just want to share an example of some of the lives that I've been doing. I love to cook. And so I've been exploring all sorts of new recipes, and I just do little lives with them. I bring my children on. I get a lot of response. I like to make like chia pudding, and I add the tart cherry in it. So that way I can pull in the Purium with it. And yeah, I seem to get a lot of good feedback from just kind of cooking, because that's my passion and that's what I do. I grew up in a very food household. So I talk about how changing what I'm eating and how it's changed me while I'm doing the lives as well.
That's awesome. What a great idea. Duh, I didn't even say cooking. Everyone loves to watch a cooking show. Thank you. Steph, you're muted, hon.
I wanted to just share that I was watching everyone's face when Jane Clark was talking. And I want to share with you, I hope you go back and view this again, because she hit on inspire. She got our emotions going. There were tears. People couldn't get close enough to her. And Jane had that wonderful gift of vulnerability, and Gwyneth pointed that out. It was just so beautifully vulnerable. And I myself am inspired by that because I'm having a hard time getting there. I just spent the last 2 days crying. I'm into month. Our team is just pumping. And, you know, you get to that point and it's like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. And then you just let it go. If we can do that on a live, and you know, if we can just authentically share, I think it makes a difference. Rachel, great call. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Don't be afraid to make people cry, and don't be afraid to cry on social media. Just know that that was what's going to be the most relatable moment. People will want to connect with you. They're going to want to support you. They're going to want to comment. It's going to draw all kinds of attention. And don't worry if you're not somebody who is a crier. Don't worry if you're somebody who can't roll on the tears. It's okay. Be yourself, but just don't try to hold them back. All right, great call. Thank you all. Thank you so much, everyone who shared. Jilly, Jane, Emily, and Robin, and all of you who had comments and thoughts. Thank you so much. Don't forget this Friday, tomorrow, to put in your takeaways when we post the team tracker requests. We post it every Friday in the team page, Superfood Social, and it says, trackers and takeaways. So you post a picture of your tracker sheet filled out from the week, and you post your takeaways from like these calls, any Zooms from the week, and just share, please, what inspired you. All right, have a great day, everybody. Good luck. Run to the end of the month. We'll see you. And on Monday, on Monday the 1st. Wait, is Monday the 1st? I think Monday's the 1st. On the 1st, we are going to have our first of the month call. Monday the 3rd, excuse me. On the 3rd, we're going to have our launch call, I believe. We'll just look for that post. I'm not sure exactly on the details. I think we said we're doing it 1. Yeah, I think Christina Ammon's going to be leading that call at 1, the Pacific time, the regular time for team calls. And yeah, so that's going to be how we launch the month. And then on Saturday, don't forget, Saturday is our incredible vision board call. Who's coming to the vision board? Is anybody coming to vision board? All right, so this is like an industry trainer. This is somebody who's like really remarkable. This is not just a regular vision board where you just do a collage. Get your magazines, get ready. This vision call, like this woman, it's deeply psychological in a good way, right? You're gonna learn about your own psychology through what you put on your vision board. It's gonna be really powerful. So everyone show up, if you have people who are on your team who you can get close to, you can have a vision board party together. Get lots of magazines. Okay, over and out. Love y'all. Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Rachel. Bye. That was awesome. Thank you.
Aw, thanks. Thanks, Mama.
Thank you.